Greetings once again, fellow modelers, fellow lovers of all things vintage, and fellow lovers of historically interesting events and artifacts. As our summer draws to a close, I got another little model to share with you guys from my childhood. And this one actually traumatized me, but it did more than that. It kind of changed my life. And I'm going to present to you from 1975. This is the model from Addar. It was the Super Scenes. The Super Scenes series had bottles, and what you did was you built a model, and it was actually a scene that went into the bottle, and it had a background. It had Planet of the Apes. I think it had dinosaurs. I think some of the other things, but we'll see, because we'll see all those wonderful vintage models on the side of the box. Anyway, I'm talking about Jaws, the model kit from 1975. Let me go ahead and show it to you. This is the Addar Super Scenes Jaws from the exciting movie Jaws, exciting replica. Dimensional scene in a bottle hobby kit. Complete with a snap-together bottle and cork, Jaws, the attacking great white shark, oceanographer, diving cage, full color background and instructions, cement and paint not included. You can see an illustration of the finished model of the shark, and I'm assuming that that's Hooper in the cage, Matt Hooper. Unassembled hobby kit. Let's look at the sides of the box. Let's see if I can find a date on the box itself. Made and printed in USA, 1975, Addar Products Corporation, Brooklyn, New York, 11222. You can see Addar Super Scenes Jaws. Look at the end of the box. You get that nice color depiction. The illustration, dimensional scene in a bottle hobby kit, number 231. And cool, this is what I was telling you guys about, looking at the side of the box. You can see and build a complete series of Addar Super Scenes. Number 227, Super Scenes Spirit in a bottle. Let's see, number 215, Planet of the Apes. That's the one I remember as a kid. One below that is number 220, and that's the prehistoric dinosaurs. I remember that one too. Number 216, Planet of the Apes. I don't remember that one. Number 225, World War I dogfight. That's pretty cool. I don't remember that at all. Number 217, Super Scenes Planet of the Apes. I didn't know they had so many Planet of the Apes. It's like, what, 3? And lastly, the Super Scenes Rendezvous in Space. That's pretty cool, and I don't remember that one. The only ones I remember are the Jaws, obviously, and which one? I remember this one from the Planet of the Apes, and the dinosaur. That's about it. But these are the other model kits that were available at the time from Addar. And the other end of the box is the same illustration as the opposite side. And going over to the other side again, you got that illustration and Addar. So, this model is pretty interesting because when I went to go see Jaws, it freaked me out and pretty much traumatized me when I was a kid. Maybe I was too young to go see it, but I ended up, I mean, not only was I scared of the water, I wouldn't even go in a bathtub when I was a kid, thinking that a shark was going to come up and just rip my legs off or something. But what ended up happening was, when I saw Jaws, I was fascinated with the underwater scenes because I was introduced to that for the first time. Then I became very ambivalent about the shark. I was curious, yet scared at the same time. I ended up just falling in love with the ocean, and then around that time I was introduced to Jacques Cousteau, and it kind of changed my life because I love fish and everything in water. So, when I saw this for the first time, it really spooked me. But as the years went on, I got fascinated and I grew to love the ocean, and that fear just kind of went away once you get to know the creatures. You know, fear of the unknown is a very powerful thing. Anyway, this was Jaws, the super scenes that I had remember getting when I was a kid, so I'm dying to open this up and go through it with you guys. So let's take it over to the desk, and I'll show you guys what's inside the box. Okay, so let's get this open. You can see the awesome picture. Let's open it up. Let me put that to the side, make sure you guys can see that. Looks like the first thing we have. Ooh, I remember that. Check it out. You got the scene from the background. The bubbles from the diver coming from the cage. And you get that lovely kind of swirl, the ocean background. That's pretty cool. This looks to be in pretty good shape from 1975. And let's see. Looks like everything's in a bag. First thing, let's take that out. It looks like we have that, let me put the box to the side. We've got the bottle. Nice. And this half looks nice and clear. Looks like I said, in pretty good shape from 1975. And I remember when I had done this model kit, it didn't really come out too bad. Other childhood models, you know, the USS Enterprise from AMT, I pretty much destroyed. You know, the glue ended up melting the nacelles. They drooped and the bridge wasn't straight, and the saucer section rather. But this one came out pretty good because there's really not a whole lot involved in this model. So that's one side of the bottle that it's going to go into. Let's put that aside for a minute. And whoop, this is the cork, and the cork goes into the end of the bottle. And it goes that way, just like that. It doesn't smell like cork, but it feels like real cork. It's pretty cool. All right, let's put that aside. We'll take the parts out. I'm going to show you guys the other half of the bottle. Again, it's nice and clear. Again, think of the time period. This model's been around a long time. There aren't any major scratches. So let me show you really quick how, so you would put, oh, you gotta cut that out, I can't put that in. Sorry, I'm not gonna cut it. All right, you can see there are little pins at each corner, and it goes into place thusly. And then the finishing touch would be the cork that goes in it, just like that. Boy, that really brings back memories. I love it. Again, it's nice and clear. To build this and clean it up a little bit, that's really nice. Let's put that aside for now. And we're going to take a look at some of the pieces. This is in plastic. And you can see this would be the left side of the shark, or the port side. Wow, this brings back memories. I don't think I'm going to build this. If I could find one at a decent price, I would love to build it, because I think the paint gun would look really nice. I could do some great things on a shark with the paint gun. And let's see the other half. Looks like he's swooping in to come at you. And that's what I remember the most, trying to glue him with his tail onto the background. And he's got little pins that go together just like that. And it goes together really well. A little bit of a clamp, and he looked perfect. Fill in some of the gaps, and you got your shark. And what you would do, he would get glued right onto the back, just like that. So we got the shark. He's 2 halves, and it looks like somebody already started this kit, which is too bad because they didn't say that in the listing. I think somebody already painted the diver. They painted the black for the diving suit. Again, this is probably Matt Hooper, and it looks like there's his other half. Yeah, that's too bad. They said it was untouched in the listing. So you can see the diver. Well, let's see if he fits together. There are 2 pins. 1, 2, there are 3 pins actually. You can see he kind of goes together. And then Matt Hooper is ready to go in against the shark. And he goes into the cage. So let's put him aside. Let's see, a couple of loose parts. The cage has some, the bottom of the cage has some writing on it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Addar Products Corporation, Brooklyn, New York, Jaws, a trademark and licensed by Universal City Studios Incorporated. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That would be the, looks like the bottom of the cage. There's another loose part. This would be the side. Let's see, probably go in thusly. And is this loose? Yep, there's another loose part. It looks like it's another side of the cage. And that'll stand up nicely. Let's see, are there any other loose parts? I don't see any. It looks like the first parts tree belongs to the shark. You can see his fins and his jaws. Let's see if you can see it. It's got the 2 rows of teeth on the bottom. I believe that would be the bottom part. And 2 rows of teeth on the top part. Or I might have been backwards. I think this might be the top and the bottom would be longer. So you could see into his mouth just a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Parts tree looks pretty much intact. And there's another parts tree. It looks like it has the top of the cage on it. Oh, and look, we have the arm, Matt Hooper's arm. It's got the spear. So let's see. It would go kind of like that. You can see the inside of the top of the cage. And incidentally, these are all numbered. Let's see. This looks to be, was that 41? I can't tell if that's 41 or if it's upside down. It could be 37. This could be 12, 33. And we'll find out when we check out the instruction sheet. There is there's instructions. And of course, I'll put up pictures of all the instructions for you guys to check out. So let's put that aside. And the last parts tree, and it looks like all the parts, hopefully they're all here, is the other 2 sides of the diving cage. So that's pretty nice. It'd be nice if everything was on the tree and the diver wasn't painted, but what are you going to do? This is an old kit. And these are very expensive. Try to look these up on eBay if you can find them, because you don't see them very often, let alone see when that's still sealed in mint condition. You can see Jaws, number 231. This is cool. This is making me, like I said, I'm getting flashback memories to my childhood for the first time checking this out. Jaws is one of my favorite movies of all time. Let's see. There should be 6 parts to the cage, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the cage is there. The bottle is there. The background is there. The cork. Looks like we have all the pieces for the shark, and we have all the pieces for the diver. So everything is included in the kit, so that's a good thing. There's a little bit of, let's see, What does this say? Jaws. Sharks are a primitive form of fish that have existed virtually unchanged for 100 million years. These relics of prehistoric time are powerful, swift predators. And man-eating great white sharks grow to the length of well over 30 feet. I don't know if they found a 30-foot shark. This was made in 1975, and I don't think they have found in my lifetime a 30-foot great white. There have been some over 20 feet, maybe even 25, but not 30. And the man-eating great white shark, growing to a length of well over 30 feet, is the most fearsome of all. Here, in a scene from the movie Jaws, an oceanographer in a protective shark cage has entered the shark's own environment in an attempt to kill him with a poison dart. But who's going to get whom? And of course, you got a creature that's that beautiful, and the only thing that they can think of doing is kill it. Assembly instructions. If you plan to paint your kit, it is recommended that the parts should be painted before assembling using colors shown in box wrap illustrations. Paint may be purchased at your local hobby dealer. Use polystyrene cement to assemble parts together. Join parts together according to numbered sequence shown in exploded drawings. Every effort has been made to ensure the completeness of this kit. However, should any part be missing, write directly to Addar Products Corporation, 58 North 15th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11222. When writing, please print your name and address plainly. Include missing part number. I don't know if that address is still there anymore. I don't think Addar is still an entity. Wouldn't it be great if Round 2 could purchase the Addar and all the molds and bring back these super scene models? That would be amazing. And you can see on the bottom, 1975 Addar Products Corporation, 58 North 15th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11222. A trademark of and licensed by Universal City Studios Incorporated. So, going on, I guess you start with the shark. Bruce, you can see his halves go together, and you put his mouth, the upper part of his mouth. So the upper part was the top part, and the shorter part was the bottom part of his jaws. Paint and slide bottom teeth in front as last assembly and step of the shark body. Paint and cement upper teeth in place before assembling the halves of the shark. And it shows you kind of a paint scale, gray for the top half. And then you move on to the diver. There's really just 3 pieces. Steps 9, 10, and 11. So they show you again, yellow, the flesh color. The diving suit is black, and the bottom fins are yellow. And the spear is silver. So moving over to the shark cage, you can see that's pretty basic and straightforward. It doesn't give a color for the shark cage, but you guys remember in the movie it was like an aluminum, brushed aluminum, or that kind of a color, a silver color. And once those 3 pieces are finished, you can see before that, I paint and cement diver into position before attaching to the cage. Oh, excuse me, before attaching top of cage. So you get them all set, you get them in position, and then you put the cage on. Well, that's kind of obvious. You can't get them in if you already make the cage. Let's see. Using scissors, cut along the dotted line around the perimeter of the background scene. Fold the bottom at the notches, fit into bottles, and secure back to bottle with rubber cement. And rubber is underlined. So you can see you're going to trim it, and there are guided lines to guide you on where to cut it. and you put that into the background, and once that's secure, you put the diver, and it doesn't say it in the instructions, but you're going to align the diver up with the bubbles, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously. I was a kid when I got this, and well, even I knew to put the bubbles coming out of the diver's mask, so, or the respirator, and then it goes together. And those are the instructions. Is there anything? Nope, there's nothing on the back. So that's pretty cool. And that's, is that everything in here? Yep, that's everything in the kit. But you can see the bubbles, and let's see the diver. You'd want to line him up where the bubbles are coming out of his respirator. And you can see kind of bubbles where the spear. And again, you can see the perforated lines where they guide you to cut it out. Even with the little bulge that goes in the back of the bottle. So when the bottle is finished, you kind of do it this way for you guys. You can see that's how it would look. So that's pretty cool, huh? And if we open up the bottle, we can even do this. Let's see. Put the shark, hold him together, and he would go up into that, kind of like that. So this was a really fun kit. And I remember when I was a kid, it seemed like it was a lot more involved than it is now. But again, I was young. I wasn't even a teenager yet. And I remember how much the movie, it scared me, but I loved it at the same time. And to this day, Jaws is probably like my favorite movie of all time, or certainly one of them. It was really fun to get this model. When I was able to get it, I just couldn't wait to get it in the mail. You can see the shark. He's coming up to get you. He's turning around. So my friends, I hope you had as much fun checking out this video as I did making it, because this was like really fun. The only disappointing thing is that somebody had already started it, and it said that it was unstarted in the listing. But it's not the end of the world, because it's got to be painted black anyway. And they did an alright job, but if I was to paint it, you know, it would be... No, they did, like I said, they did a pretty good job. But it wouldn't be glossy underwater, so put them together. Hoopa! And then he would go in a cage, kind of like that. And then here comes the shark. Oh no, that's kind of like what he did to Quint. But, alright my friends, I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making this. This is really a fun kit. And I'm going to check to see if I can find any of the other super scenes, because that would be really fun, like a little series to start. They're pretty rare. I don't know how often... Actually, like I said, I've never seen the spirit guy. Spirit in a bottle. That would be really cool. I like that one. I remember the dinosaur one. And of course the Planet of the Apes ones are pretty cool. And the World War I dogfight. The dinosaur one. I might have had that one. I don't remember. But I didn't know about the Rendezvous in Space. That's a pretty cool one too. So, that was the Jaws model from Addar, 1975. Addar did do a couple of model kits. They got one that's really cool I'd love to get. It's Brody, when he's actually on the mast of the orca, and the shark comes out of the water, and he's got like a long spear, and he's kind of poking the shark in the nose, and then into the mouth, and the shark takes the spear down. But they got a model like that, and that one's really hard to find. I thought this one was hard to find. That one is nearly impossible to get a hold of. But I love Jaws and Jaws movie stuff, so if I get anything else from Jaws, I definitely will be showing you guys it. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be making another one really soon. Thanks for watching.